just when I'm sick and tired. All the people today are sick and tired. It's not politically correct to say it, but if you want to get away with murder, you kill an Indian because we don't get justice. We need justice now!
As the only Indigenous person in the BC legislature, NDP Minister Melanie Mark could not hold back her anger and frustration as cases of missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls continue to rise across Canada, despite a national inquiry. Close to 5,000 people made the somber walk, singing songs as they went and stopping in certain places along the route to place flowers where many women were found murdered. Sutlut's daughter, Cassandra Antone, is one of those cases. Antone was just 20 years old and the mother of a 5-month-old baby when her burnt remains were found in Richmond, BC in 1997.
I used to come down here and look for her on the downtown east side because I am a day school student and I didn't get to see my daughter heal. I healed, but I never got to see her heal. And our people need to heal. The only way we'll heal is in our custom and traditions, our language, and remembering who we are.
Melody Casella's late cousin, Cheryl Ann Joe, was the mother of 3 young boys when she was tragically murdered on the downtown east side in 1992. Her death inspired this march, now in its 32nd year.
We have the 231 calls for justice of the national inquiry that have yet to be fully acknowledged by the federal government. And here we stand again with AFN to hold the government accountable in hopes that something will be done so there will be acknowledgement and something done about the systemic violence against Indigenous women and girls.
And Federation of Sovereign Indigenous Nations Vice Chief Ali Bear says the government has to do more.
We need funding that's specific to MMIWG2S+, because we need prevention and we also need healing for our families. And we also need access to justice. Most of the time, you know, it's so confusing to navigate the legal system, to navigate the police, the investigators, to even try to get an interview with them.
And for Marlene Jack, whose sister Doreen, her husband Russell, and their 2 young boys disappeared without a trace in 1989. She says the police failed her and her family.
You know, they already told me I won't get justice for my family. I had, after we did our search in Stony Creek in 2019, after the search, a month later, the officer that did the investigation at that time phoned me and actually told me, you might as well just give up, don't bother the police anymore, don't look for them because it's a lost cause right at this point with these so many years gone by.
You know, my daughter was stabbed multiple times in the stomach, guy bit off her ear, gave her a hairline fracture. They had to do a life-saving emergency and put her on life support. Was there justice for her? No. The guy got off scot-free. He didn't get charged for anything. When you talk about the roots of what our Indigenous women deal with, that's our reality.
Sheila Poorman's late daughter Chelsea went missing in 2020, and her remains were later found outside of an abandoned mansion on Vancouver's west side 2 years later.
We still don't have an answer as to what happened to her. So if anybody knows anything, I just ask them to, you know, call the Vancouver police and let them know. They could stay anonymous too.
And so for the last 32 years, this march and all the people here gathered today are demanding answers. What happened to so many of the murdered missing Indigenous women and girls across Canada? Tina House, APTN National News, Vancouver.